There are stages of business growth. This is a key discovery that has come from our research. As it turns out, the most accurate determinant of the characteristics of a business ecosystem, or the best way to offer growth guidance, is not based on industry, the age of the company, or the annual revenue generated, but rather based on the number of employees within the business. And that's because the complexity of an organization is driven by the number of people within it. So as we look to grow a strong management team, one that can manage themselves, their staff, the work, and the workplace, we looked at the stages of growth to guide us, to show us what our management team needs to look like at each stage. Stage 1 is the startup stage with 1 to 10 employees. In stage 1, the management team is typically just the CEO. Then as the organization heads into stage 2 with 11 to 19 employees, the CEO needs to be growing 1 to 2 managers to support this increased number of employees. In stage 3, the number of managers needs to double from stage 2. Stage 3 is all about delegation. This marks a critical turning point for the organization. Stages 1 and 2 were owner-centric stages. In these stages, the organization really revolved around the owner. But stage 3 marks the beginning of an enterprise-centric organization, one that can stand apart from the owner. And that's done through delegation, the theme for stage 3. In stage 4, with 35 to 57 employees, the focus is on professionalizing the management team that you began to establish in stage 3. At this point, the management team should include 6 to 10 managers and 2 to 3 executives. One of the most important things this professionalized management team does in stage 4 is invest in the systems and processes of their departments to establish the foundation that the organization needs to support future growth. The efforts in stage 4 often create a siloed organization because the managers are stepping up, they're taking on more formal ownership of their departments or their functional areas of the business. So stage 5 with 58 to 95 employees is all about integration. Here, with the 11 to 16 managers and the 4 to 5 executives, the organization is tasked with a focus on integrating these silos that were created in stage 4. In this integration, another important transition occurs. Stages 3 and 4 are really the enterprise-centric stages led by a management team. Stage 5 marks a transition. As the professionalized siloed managers of stage 4 come together to create an integrated team in stage 5, a leadership team is formed with the 4 to 5 executives. The leadership team established in stage 5 then sets up the organization for stage 6, the strategic stage. In this stage, the leadership team should include 6 to 8 executives supported by 17 to 26 managers. By stage 7, the leadership team should have grown to 9 to 15 executives and supported by 27 to 45 managers. The focus of this stage is really recapturing the innovation the organization had in earlier stages to keep the business from becoming stagnant or obsolete. Let's look at this another way. Stages 1 and 2 are owner-centric, where the CEO is really leading the team. Then in stage 3, the organization transitions to enterprise-centric, with the addition of a management team. In stage 5, that management team expands into a formalized leadership team. That's the ideal, the sustainable growth model, where as the organization is growing, the management team and the leadership team are growing proportional to the needs of the organization. But what's the reality? The reality is that many leaders miss these transitions. The business grows, but the management team doesn't. So you have businesses in stages 3 and 4 without a management team. The business is still owner-centric, the CEO is stretched way too thin, and they're either burnt out or they are headed in that direction at a rapid pace. You can also have stage 6 and 7 businesses without a leadership team. The organization has transitioned to enterprise-centric, but the CEO is still stretched too thin. They're busy managing managers, and they're not doing what the business really needs them to do, dedicating energy to the strategic vision and the planning for the business. So in both of these instances, the businesses stagnate because the management team can't handle the growth. Understanding these foundational concepts, owner-centric versus enterprise-centric, and when a management team needs to evolve into a leadership team is a first step in the right direction in helping ensure that leadership is growing proportional to the business.